I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog .stampwithelaine.com. Today I'm working with the picnic basket bundle, which is on page 6 of the Spring Summer catalogue. I've just spent the entire day looking for my dies. I seem to have mislaid them, but I managed to pop them onto this sheet, and I'll show you how in a minute. And we're going to be using it with the Stamparatus. I'm going to be showing you tips for how to do multiple die cutting. So this is the card we're going to make, and you can see there are a lot of tiny little die cut pieces on it. And doing it the traditional way, you'll have to stamp and then lay them all out on your big shot and run them through. So if you want to do lots of the same card, it's going to be quite labour intensive. But just before I start, let's gather our supplies. We'll need smoky slate, so saffron, pink pirouette, wild wasabi and crumb cake inks, stitch shape framelit dies, and we're using the largest square. We're also going to be using the basket weave dynamic texture embossing folder, which is one of the second release items from the Blossoming Basket Bundle. This is one of the new level 2 choices in the second release celebration choices with a £90 qualifying order. You need to cut your cardstock. This is an A4 sheet in half on the long side, so that they measure 5 7/8 across and 8 1/4. So that will be 14.85 by 21 centimetres. From this card you can see I've already set up the Stamparatus. I've laid down my stamps and grouped them together. So these are all going to be stamped in smoky slate. These two stamps are going to be stamped in crumb cake. That one will be in powder pink, and this is in wild wasabi. So that bit is sufficiently far away so that it won't interfere with the colours I'm stamping on there. So you need to stamp first, group your stamps and stamp. So let's do that. Smoky slate. I'm going to lift this up and do it this way. That one will be in crumb cake. This one, the picnic cloth is in pink pirouette, and the apple is in wild wasabi. Slot in my acrylic plate vertically and stamp. I'd like the colour more intense, so I'm going to ink it up again. And then stamp again. Clean the stamps. And I need to move the tab because I need 2 of those. So I thought just stick that there. Pick up the stamp, remove my paper, flip the plate round to the other side and ink up the cheese second generation wedge, stamp off, put my paper back and the magnet, then stamp the baguette in crumb cake. I'm using a material called Press and Seal. which I got from Amazon. Now it's ready available in the US, but it isn't here. You can't get it off the shelves here. You have to specially order it. Now I bought this a few years ago, and it's still going strong, but it's just ideal for projects like this. Let me do it again. Place it on a work surface. It's my baguette. You might want to stick it down with a bit of washi tape, which you can remove afterwards, just to stop it from moving while you're trying to put the press and seal on it. Then you take a piece of this press and seal. One side is sticky, it's got tiny little bubbles all over it, so it's not very sticky, but you need to then pop that on and run your hand over it. Make sure that's all down. Then pop it on your die cutting machine like so. Magnetic platform, base cutting plate and top cutting plate, and I'll run that through the big shot off camera. I've removed all the pieces of washi tape and kept the dies intact. Just pop out the die cut pieces. And you see your dies are still all in place in the sheet. And those are all your die cut pieces that you can then assemble together. The first time you do it, you will need to stamp and create your template. But the second time you do it, you can actually just pop your dies onto your plate like so, and then go and run it off the big shot. So I've just popped it onto the big shot with the dies all still intact. Carefully remove it, pop the pieces out, and you can just leave that in your box. Like I have, for next time, and then you can use that as a template. Bring your Stamparatus back. We'll stamp the picnic baskets and things first. Pop that one in, pop your template in, secure it, and then pop your pieces like a jigsaw puzzle. Pop your pieces back in. Ink it up. I need to stamp off with the wedge of cheese for second generation, so I'll do that. My baguette didn't come out very well, so I'll ink that up again. Switch my plates round. Clean the stamps. Ink it up in so saffron and stamp. Bring in my Big Shot platform. I only need this main one plus one plate because this is a dynamic embossing folder, so it's thicker than normal. Pop my pink pirouette layer into the folder. The layer measures 5.5 inches by 3 7/8 inches. That's 14 centimetre by 9.8 centimetres. Place it on the platform and then one plate on top, and then I'm ready to run it through the Big Shot. So I'll do that off camera. Now I want to cut an extended a rectangle rather than a square. So I place my cardstock, the edge of the framelit, right at the end, place my cutting plate on and place it so that it's shy of the cutting edge on the opposite side. So I'll go and run that through the Big Shot and I'll be back. As you can see, that's cut through. To make the rectangle bigger, you need now to slide the die along the same groove that was made in your previous cut. Place your cutting platform shy of the opposite end. So you don't want to cut through this end, but you do want to cut through that end. So I'll go and do that off camera. Now I want to stamp a sentiment. Every day with you is a picnic. I'll stamp it in smoky slate. Some dimensionals on the back. I've forgotten something. I've forgotten the handles. Hopefully this will come up without tearing the paper. And we'll re-stick the picnic cloth on. I'll glue it on the back. And there's the finished card. So that's how you do multiple stamping and multiple die cutting with your Stamparatus. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you like it, do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe or share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section, with direct links to my online store. They'll also be listed on my blog here at blog.stampwithelaine.com. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!